Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has finally released, and with it comes the Gamecube Controller Adapter and the Gamecube Controller itself for anyone looking to do a classic sort of playstyle going back to the days of the Nintendo GameCube. Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, Lithium here from my channel Nintendo Collecting, and I hope you're really enjoying Smash. I hope you're playing with some friends. I pre-ordered the special edition that came with the Pro Controller, but the store only got one in stock, and I was the second on the list, and actually all the stores in my hometown, that was the case. I guess they're really rare, so I'm still trying to get my hands on one of those. But please comment below, what version of Smash were you able to pick up? Did you download it? Did you actually buy the physical copy? Were you able to get the special edition? And were you picking up these items as well? The GameCube is a system that a lot of people absolutely adore, and they think that this controller is one of the best of all time, and I would not disagree with them. What you're getting is a normal GameCube controller that the only difference that I think I can tell online from reading about it is that the L and R buttons don't have the metal gears or the metal rods in them that the original controller did. Otherwise, this is a normal GameCube controller. Let's go to the GameCube controller first. I have that cool Smash Brothers belt, the champion belt in the background. Now, I did not win the Smash Brothers tournament to get that. I pre-ordered the game at EB Games or GameStop, the Super Smash Bros. 4 in order to get that belt a while ago. Now, speaking of the controller, this controller will work with the Nintendo GameCube. It will work with the Wii, the Wii U, and the Nintendo Switch. Now, the best part about this controller is that it is a 10-foot cord, or a 9'8", or something like that. That's a longer cord than the original GameCube controllers. It's not as good as the Wavebird because it's not wireless. However, there's no input lag because it's a plug-in, basically, or very little input lag. Now, opening this controller, most people open it from the top, but as a collector, I want to keep this in best condition possible. So I have, for minutes actually, been slowly trying to slice into this with my knife. So basically, I've been getting this down. I thought I had it better than I did, and I still don't have it all the way. So I use this knife, and I slowly hedge away at this. Now, I know this is a little bit ridiculous for some of you, but for anyone who's a collector and you want to actually display the box, it might be worth it to you to keep this in really good condition. Okay, good. That was pretty good. Alright. Now, these controllers, I have an uncountable... No, they're not uncountable, but I have so many GameCube controllers, I don't really need another one. However, Smash Brothers related, I felt like I had to get it. This controller sells for, it depends on your region, I believe it sells for about $30 in most places. And most stores aren't sold out of these. A lot of stores still do have them in stock. However, the GameCube adapter, that's a whole different story. That's sold out in stores, and it's really hard to get your hands on. Stores actually had these in stock for weeks and weeks. They didn't just get the controller in. They've had it from well before the game actually being released. I'm just going to put this back in the box and display the box as well. Now this controller, I can't believe I'm opening a new GameCube controller in 2018. It just seems really strange. Very almost surreal that they're still releasing GameCube controllers. Who knew Smash Brothers would never be able to basically sever itself from the GameCube controller after Melee or Melee, depending on how you want to pronounce it, on the Nintendo GameCube. The matte finish feels really good. There's a simplistic Smash logo obviously on the top. It's black on both sides. Now this does say Nintendo GameCube on it, so it does have the Nintendo logo there and the GameCube logo, which is nice to see. Now, I personally can't really tell. I mean, it does feel a lot more hollow, the L and the R button. Yeah, they feel a lot. I think they feel different. I haven't played a lot of GameCube recently, but in my life I have, and I feel like the shoulder button's a little bit odd. Now, with this controller, you are getting a very long cord, as I said, so this should be 9'8", but if you include the controller itself, it'll be 10 feet long in terms of length, which is great, because that's what you need. I can't believe how short the controller was for the Super NES and the NES Classic Editions. Those were laughably short, like insanely short. So it's nice Nintendo and are actually considering us gamers because we'll actually want to use this. So that's really nice. Alright, let's go on to this. This is the one that's sold out on stores. Normally I think this is like $20 or something like that, depending on where you're from. And I read an article that this is delayed in Europe, but I don't know if that's true or not. I was trying to do more research and I couldn't find much about it. Comment below if you're in Europe. Are these out already, or are they delayed? The article I read said they're delayed for 5 months until May, which is insane. But like I said, my local store, they had these in stock. They had 32 of them in stock, a smaller store, and I bought one weeks ago. And they were saying, like, you better get this because it will sell out just like it did on the Nintendo Wii U when that one released as well. I do have one of those to actually compare it to. So I have one of the Wii U controller adapters, which I'll just leave over here. And there's no instructions or anything with this, I don't think. You don't really need much, but the front of this one says Nintendo instead of Wii U, and that's probably the only difference between these two. So collectors out there, yeah, we got to get both of them for some reason, which seems really funny. But I've got both. I really wanted one for the Switch, even though this one will work. So this old one, if you have it for the Wii U, it will work with your Nintendo Switch console. So this controller length, I'm wondering if it's the exact same as the one that was released previous. So I'm going to just undo that. But yeah, in terms of rarity, my one friend, almost like Rick and Morty, he was just saying how, if anyone watches Rick and Morty, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. But at one point, Rick just says like they should buy all these 3DS consoles and buy a second one and then sell it on the aftermarket and make their money back. And then they can all have 3DS systems and play Nintendo games. And basically my one friend and I were talking about like, should we buy a few of these and hold on to them and maybe sell them for more money? And I ultimately decided no. I don't like doing that. I want fair fans and people that want to use the items and get them for the right price. That's a good thing. I don't want to buy them and sell them. I feel shady making a profit that way. So I don't really try and do that because it does feel really weird, in my opinion. Now, the cord. You've got two colors here. The black one is necessary to actually play the game. The gray one is additional power, I'm pretty sure, and rumble. So if you only plug in the black one, it will still work. The gray one will give you rumble, and I'm not even sure how well the rumble works on the Switch yet with the GameCube controllers. So there are some adapters that you can plug in, a USB adapter to the front of your Switch console, so it doesn't have to go in the actual dock if you're using it on the go, which is kind of nice. Now, in terms of the controller, the length of the cord, it's... Oh, let me just flip this around so it's the same. Yeah, they're the exact same. So this is the exact same item or the same product. It looks like it has very similar instructions on the bottom, just a different font size from the two previous, or from the one previous on the Wii U. So if you're wondering how do you actually connect this to your system, you can plug it in, at least the black one, but you can plug in both to your system, to any of the USB ports on the system. And after it's plugged in, then you can plug in your controller. You're going to go to controller settings. Once you're at controller settings, it's like pair controller or recognize controller, and you hit L and R, and then the controller should come up. Now, I also read that some people are having some problems with the GameCube controller. Sometimes the character is shifting left or right or up or down on the screen. So what the fix is, Nintendo says, anyways, is to reset your system and then try it again. If that still doesn't work, then you might have to return your GameCube controller. But apparently that fix is working for most people. So that should be able to get around. And now you can play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate with the GameCube controller. If you could comment below, what's your favorite control style for playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on the Switch? I feel like because I've been playing the GameCube controller style for so long that I'm going to start doing it that way. I'm never going to go away from it. So do you like using the Joy-Cons detached, the Pro Controller, the GameCube controller? Let me know because I'm really interested to see what your style is, and we can start some sort of a conversation about this. And what's your opinion on the GameCube adapter? Is it readily available in your region? Is it not even out yet? Is it rare? Do you have to go to the aftermarket, or are you not even going to get it because you're just going to focus on playing with the Pro Controller because that's easily good enough, in your opinion? Thanks so much for watching. Feel free to fill that like bucket. Follow me on all the social media links in the description below the video. And remember, as always, go collect them all, keep smiling while gaming, and happy smashing, everyone.